Hey, this is Mark Washington, MTC Media, with Mornings with Mook. And I want to start off with the NFL. It just seems to me the NFL offseason and people jonesing for, man, I can't wait for the NFL to get here, has not been a theme so much this summer and this offseason, even though we're to July. And I'm wondering if it's because people have been able to fill their time with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. This is also an Olympic year, so a lot of that stuff is at the forefront. And you don't really need the NFL so far this year to kind of fill in that offseason news. And I'm wondering what's going to happen with the NFL offseason going forward with gambling. We have a new generation of legalized gambling and the generations behind it, where now all of a sudden the summer isn't, oh my gosh, it's just baseball and what are we going to do for it? I mean, there are so many gambling angles, whether it's baseball, whether it's soccer in Europe or wherever the case may be. It's just, I don't know if the NFL offseason is going to be what it was just 1 or 2 years ago, where people are screaming and yelling, oh my gosh, can't wait, there's nothing to do, this is a dead period, blah, 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 blah. I mean, people are filling it with other things. And I'm just wondering if this is a sign of things to come. Speaking of the NFL, you've seen that they've lost their case with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and it could end up not only the payout, which is the subscribers, which I think is going to be fractional, but also the idea of being able to order the Sunday Ticket maybe for just a particular week or just for a particular team. This case could possibly allow consumers to have more options without paying just the enormous price that it costs for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Now, I don't think the NFL owners will take this sitting down. I'm sure they're huddling with their lawyers to see what they can do about the decision, because, the NFL Sunday Ticket is a cash cow for them. And don't say that they're making enough money, because those guys are greedy. There's no such thing as enough money to them. Enough money does not exist. Enough money for them is infinite. So saying that they make enough money is not going to be an excuse for them not to find a way to get around what's going on with the judgment on the NFL Sunday Ticket. With college football coming up, we're seeing Stanford and SMU in the ACC, and probably a sign of things to come. And it was an interesting conversation I had with a coach earlier in the week, where we talked about the idea that now that it looks like the college athletics and the NCAA has accepted the fact that this is going to be the new world going forward, the idea of them being able to come to an agreement, whether it's some sort of union or employer type of thing, means that the NCAA will get back into control of rules. Because once you get that agreement, they can set the rules. So maybe there's a cap on NIL. Maybe there is some guidelines to when you can get into the portal and how many times you can transfer and those things. And I found it interesting that the NCAA is now pivoted to, well, there's nothing we can do about all us losing inside the court system, but what we can do is pivot to how can we use our losses into getting back in control of the players. And certainly the coach indicated to me that they are ready to move on and accept those losses and find a structure where they can gain control again and put some guidelines on how the model goes forward. Tiger never changes his stripes. This is Marcus Washington, MTC Media.